Once upon a time, there was an extraordinary baby named Teeny. Severely stunted in her growth due to inadequate lactation on the part of her mother, Tina. By the time she was 5 months old, her size was only marginally bigger than a newborn. But what she lacked in size, she made up for in spirit and determination to survive. Whenever I saw her, she was busy scouring the ground for each and every tiny crumb she could find. When her plight was made known, many feeders tuned in to help her whenever they spotted her. There were many setbacks and obstacles along the way. But by the time she was 10 months old, she finally plumped up. She was still small, and only half of her peers' size. But she was behaving like the playful infant that she should be. No longer obsessed with scouring the ground for crumbs to survive constantly. Our Teeny had turned the corner. But her next chapter is about to begin. Fast forward 3 years. Teeny was a 3-year-old adolescent. Inquisitive and sometimes daring. A normal-sized female for her age. And so she continued to grow and mature. Another year passed. Teeny was almost as big as her mother. Menarche began. And it was natural for Teeny. Now a young lady, to become interested in boys. Like all mothers, Tina prepped her daughter, Teeny, well for her big moment. Another year passed. Finally, the mating season began for Teeny, a young strapping female, ready to become a mother herself. She tried her best to advertise herself. Playing hard to get wasn't working. She tried to become an easy pick. She inched closer and closer to the male she fancied. All to no avail. Unfortunately, her first mating season as a serious contender for a male didn't work out. Teeny didn't fall preggy. She was alone without a little one. You could almost see the disappointment in her big eyes. In contrast, her peer from babyhood, Booper, delivered a healthy baby girl, Lavender, the same very month. Her purpose in life was fulfilled, becoming a mother. A female's life evolves around a family. Raising one, rearing and caring for the little ones. Hopefully, year after year, until one grows too old to have one. Teeny probably would have felt better had she been allowed to babysit, just like all the other girls. Her chance first came in 2022 when Tina gave birth to T, her baby sister. Imagine her excitement on becoming a big sister for the very first time. Too bad that little T only lived for just over a month. She couldn't make it until she was on her feet like Teeny did. The following year, Teeny's chance came again. Tina gave birth to a little girl, Teensy. Teensy didn't succumb to Tina's poor lactation and made it to nearly 3 months old, when she could toddle about on her own. If things had gone to plan, we could have sustained her by giving her much needed supplements to increase her odds of making it. Just like her sister Teeny did. Little did we know that Teeny would become an obstacle to our plan. Teeny's babysitting, often obsessive and doing so at Teensy's disservice when she could have been scouring the ground for food, foiled our plan 9 out of 10 times when we could find Teensy on our visits. She would not let go of Teensy. Her overprotection probably caused Teensy's life. Teensy passed away just about a month later in mid-August. Her craze to babysit, however, was two sides of the same coin. An act to love and care for a little one. Her readiness to babysit saved her little baby sibling the following year though. Tina gave birth to a baby boy in the last week of June, but appeared to be in a bad shape to care for the baby. Teenie took over immediately the care of her baby brother without any hesitation. I was very anxious though, as Teenie could not lactate as far as physiology goes. But somehow, she defeated the odds and must have auto-lactated. As the little baby survived for 6 days suckling her. Anyone who follow Loina's troop should know that no babies kidnapped by Bo survived for more than 4 days. They all died of dehydration. Tina was on her feet again by the time the baby was 8 days old. She took over finally. Did Teenie hand over her little brother voluntarily? We just will never know. Paradoxically, the baby died 2 days later after being reunited with its mum. Was there a struggle to take control of the baby like it happened with Teensy? Did the baby fall to his death tragically? I am afraid we would never have an answer. Over the past 2 years, it's become increasingly evident that for Tina's baby to have a fighting chance, Teenie must keep her hands off her younger sibling. The ideal solution would be for Teenie to have her own baby to focus on. But things still didn't look promising in February. I couldn't tell whether Teenie was pregnant then. But it didn't look like so to me. It was all fluff. Are we looking at another baby needlessly suffering again because of too much love? Just when I was dreading about the birthing season concerning Tina and Teenie, an unexpected development occurred with Teenie that shifted the entire dynamic by mid-March. It isn't just all fluff. There is indeed a fullness to Teenie's midriff. It does look like both Tina and Teenie are pregnant, with Teenie being at least a month or so more advanced in her pregnancy. Finally, life has come full circle. That tiny baby, who kept us on our toes during her infancy and challenged our patience over the past 2 years, is now poised to become a mother herself. Perhaps this birthing season with Tina is something we could look forward to. With the prospect of 2 mothers and 2 babies. Let's hope for a smooth and successful experience for both.